Hello, love. Welcome to the Libran Key. It is day 3 of the winter meditations with Mama Iset, also known as Mother Isis, and by tens of thousands of other names. This is a series. I'm going to be creating a playlist for this, by the way. I've already started a playlist for Mama Iset. I'm going to be adding more videos to that based on previous messages that she has brought through. But I will be also making one specifically for this particular series. Okay, so she is giving me, she wants to start off by reminding me to pay attention and have in your stratosphere an awareness of some of the numbers that she is sharing with us. Repeating 12s, 1212, 1221, 1224, 1234. Also, she gave me 1144 this morning, 55 and 33 just now, okay? Now, 11, she wants to talk about that for a moment because this goes back to the Justice card. And key 11 in tarot. Sometimes, interestingly enough, Justice has been interpreted as 8. In different decks, it is key 8 and strength is 11, but she's saying they're interchangeable. And she's also saying that she really wants to focus on the Justice aspect of 11 here. 11 as a gateway, 11 as a portal. She's showing me the energy in the card of the High Priestess, the columns behind her, the portal that she sits between, interpreted as protecting the veil. And that's it. That's all she wants me to say on that. And now we're going to get into the meditation for today. I'm working with the energy of Lapis Lazuli and Sodalite for this particular message. I'm going to bring those in to 22 on the counter as I say that. Being mindful, I have to say this without getting too into it, to really connect with these crystals and also doing our due diligence when it comes to finding out where these crystals come from. Crystals are consciousness. This is something that I've actually been exploring a lot lately. But again, she doesn't want me to get too into it. I want to make these videos not super long because they are daily messages. And it kind of ties into the message here as well about not overcomplicating things. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So if you do not have Lapis Lazuli available to you, because let's just say that there are parts of the world where Lapis Lazuli comes from, where 311 on the counter as I say that, who's the middleman? How are people being treated with regard to where the crystals are coming from and how they're being mined? I realize that that's not always a luxury sometimes. This is what's so crazy about it, is that the way that crystals are being made available to us, it can then be difficult to find any other avenue for which to find these crystals. Can I just say as a side note here that the messages that have been coming through since yesterday with her have a very, let's just say that they are about creating a new way, okay? And this can verge on the quote-unquote, almost like it's taking an activist kind of energy, which is really fascinating to me. But this is an entirely new way of doing it. This is an entirely new way. This is not pitting one group against another in any way by any means, okay? I just want to bring that in. So we've got options here in terms of the energies. Sodalite, Lapis Lazuli. Remember that there are the same minerals in Lapis Lazuli that we get in Sodalite as well, okay? And I'm just going to leave it there. These crystals are often associated with her. She's emphasizing the throat here and the third eye. The energies of accessing beyond the veil, okay? Why they are associated with her in that way. And I'm also hearing now high noon, seeing things from a bigger perspective. It is 12 on the clock. Hence that, and 55 also being another number reiterated right now. So 55 as an angel number, or as a number 505 on the counters, I say that this is a number of change. This is a number of shifts and change through crisis. And we being the source of that. So on that note, again, left ear ringing. So this is, all of these things are things that you could be experiencing right now. Every single thing that is being brought through these meditations and these messages are either going to ping for you or not. Take whatever resonates. I simply share what's coming through because there are many different ways that she might be communicating with us. Okay? So, going into this reading and the message for today, I simply heard her say the overcomplication of the righteous. The overcomplication of the righteous. And when I asked her, what do you mean by righteous? Who are the righteous, or what is the righteous? For who, she's basically saying, she's giving me the analogy of the kingdom within, or the queendom within, however you want to look at that. But this idea of an exalted kind of almost, okay, so it's divinity, but sometimes we will use the word, and again, this is a word that is laden with many different meanings and perspectives, royalty, okay? Royalty. But she's showing me the peak of a pyramid right now. She's showing me the top of a pyramid right now. The way we understand, I'm even hearing, I can't believe I'm hearing this, Ponzi schemes. Yeah, she's saying that that's right. Okay, so when we have this one kind of idea, this is a very one-dimensional idea of what royalty is. And now she's saying royal, and I'm getting the colors coming through, like royal blue and also purple. And we've often associated these colors historically as being rare, especially purple. But she's referring here to the crown and the third eye. That is true royalty. That is true divinity. And she's again reiterating the crown and the crown chakra, why we see depictions of quote unquote ascended masters, just like Jesus here, with a crown, or essentially this is their aura, is what she's showing me, and the exaltation of an aura, expansion of an aura is how she's bringing that through. So the overcomplication of the righteous is essentially what she's saying, an overcomplication of principles of divinity and how we access the divinity. She's showing me the veil again and moving beyond the veil. She also said complicated is not the same as complex, giving the analogy here of somebody, I'm just reading off of my notes, what she was showing me. She's giving the analogy here of someone who is very skilled at practice, she's adding now, at the practice of something, and can explain it or extrapolate it in a simple way and make it look very easy. And she's put make it look in quotation marks again. She's trying to make it easy for me to understand here. Even though they themselves may be at a level of perceived mastery, there is more to it than that. And I heard more than meets the eye. I literally heard the Transformers song, like more than meets the eye. And she's giving that to me as an analogy. And she's really focusing on the word transformer here. Transformers, coming back to transformation and alchemy. Okay. So one of the ways that we are deliberately blocked, this is now coming through, from expanding our divinity and our spirituality is by making it seem like it's complicated. When in fact, we all hold the keys to divinity and spirituality and access to the divine within us. And on that note, she wants me to pop cards. She doesn't want me to over-explain anything. She's like, you will get it. And she's also referring here to the righteous as those of you who are here now watching this, those of you who are connecting with this message, those of you who are a part of this channel, who are, and when what she's saying, that it doesn't mean that people who are not a part of this channel are not quote unquote righteous in any ways. What she's saying, what she wants to really infer here is the energy of divinity, the energy of connecting to the divine. Those of you, us, who are on a path of doing that, okay? And understanding as well that this is so interesting. She wants to bring in here, she's using, okay, so she's bringing in the phrase practice makes perfect, but she's also saying at the same time, you've heard that phrase been said many times before, that practice makes perfect, but it's the perfection of the practice. It's the perfection of the practice in every sense of the word. And when she's showing me the word prefect. What does that mean? I'm going to look that up. Just give me 2 seconds here. Prefect. Prefect. What is the definition of prefect? Oh my, what is this? There's a thing called prefect. Prefect. Okay. Prefect comes from the Latin praefectus. Put in front, mean in charge. And she's saying to me, oh, wow. And it's so interesting because, again, we're talking about rulership here. We're talking about control. We're talking about power when it comes to prefect. Because one of the definitions is how it's understood is someone who is in charge, a leader. A leader. Okay. This goes back to the message yesterday about the captain and the ship. And I was saying the Greek phrase for that. I think I said zichni, and anyway, the common way it's said in Greek is o kalos o kapetanios fenete sti fortuna fadis, like Hierophant, like shows or reveals themselves, okay? There's something to this energy of revealing in the practice. Okay, and this is where the overcomplication comes in, because she's using overcomplication here as being synonymous with the distractions. Too much information, information overload. So coming back to these winter meditations and the timely aspect of this message, but remember, this is also timeless for whenever you find it, because the energy is finding you in some way, right? Moving into the darkest days of the year and the winter solstice, it's coming back to keeping it simple, giving ourselves space, reflection, 1313 on the counter as I say that, being reflective on these messages. I'm literally hearing her say, this is food for thought for you on your journey. These messages are coming through at a time where this energy is incredibly palpable and ripe is what she's saying. She's showing me the 9 of Pentacles. Very ripe for our development, for our expansion. Okay. Shuffling now from the Mystic Mondays deck. I'm going to be asking through this deck again. Okay. Queen of Wands, that energy was coming through even before I was setting up this space. And now I'm hearing Fools rush in. And now I'm hearing that song, again, Only Fools rush in. And now I'm hearing Ship of Fools again. Something about the word fool. And now she's showing me the Fool in tarot. Oh, wow. Ace of Pentacles. Crystal ball, going within, the Fool, the energy of the Fool in its most exalted sense. I'm also hearing foolduggery, the foolduggery of the Fool, but it's the foolduggery that we have around the Fool. The energies of innocence, the energies of purity that are looked down upon in society at large. That is the overcomplication of the righteous. Isn't that interesting? It's like this weird twisted version of we look down upon your innocence, your childlike qualities, the fact that there is a child that's always in you, you know? You always carry your child with you, you as a child, that is in your soul, that's in your spirit, that's in your energy. And I'm hearing cocky pop. It's just this energy of like, oh, there you go, being silly again. But you're actually not. These are in those instances. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of activations going on around this. Maybe a lot of people doing also inner child work, right? The work of your child. The simplicity of a child and understanding something. So this poppycock, that's what I'm hearing. So this sort of energy of like poof, 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 we kind of like, we turn our noses at. And this again is not the same energy of like a dysfunctional kind of childishness. This is the energy of true childlikeness that is our divine birthright. It's like the energy of pure joy, of pure connection to source, of being fully present in the moment. And we grow up and we forget that. We forget that kids actually understand things at a much deeper level than we do. We understood those things at a much deeper level. The things that really truly mattered is what she's saying. We forget, and then we make it complicated. It's time to take that back. Two of Cups, the energy of synergy. This is us with our child, us with our inner child, us with the child that is us, period. Because this inner child is meant to be out there. Nine of Cups in reverse. Overcomplicating our wishes is what she's saying. Nine of Pentacles. At the bottom, 12:12 on the clock as I say this. And she showed this to me earlier. You know what's really cool in this deck? The Nine of Pentacles is a peacock. And peacocks are always connected to this idea of royalty. How we exude that is through the confidence of our own authenticity. That's what she's saying to me. Being confident in our own authenticity. As opposed to overcomplicating it. Overcomplicating the righteousness that is within each and every one of us, which is our truth, which is our authenticity, which is our heart. Okay? I'm going to leave it there. Don't overcomplicate it, right? Thank you, Mama Aset, for being here, for sharing these messages with us. I thank you for sharing your energy, your time with us in this space. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation, always.